Hey everybody, it's Christa Avampato. I am actually in Central Park with my little dog Phineas sitting next to me. This recording is for Davina and Samantha, who run the Books on the Run mobile library in Germany, and they asked me to record myself reading a chapter of my book, Emerson Page and Where the Light Enters, which is going to be released on November 1st. That's our pub day. I did a great interview with them. I had so much fun talking about the book and talking about my writing process and just creativity in general. And so when they asked me to read a chapter of the book, originally I was going to do that in my apartment in New York on the Upper West Side, which is actually where most of the book is set. It's where Emerson, who's the protagonist in the book, lives. And then it's such a gorgeous day here in New York. I'm just going to turn my computer around so you can see sort of where I am right now. But it's beautiful today. In Central Park. You're probably going to see my little dog Phineas come into the frame here. But it's gorgeous. It's about 72 degrees, it's sunny, no humidity, and it's just beautiful. And I thought, what a great thing for me to just go into the park and be able to do the recording from there. A good portion of the book is actually set in and around Central Park. There's a couple of key locations, like the boat pond, which is near the Alice in Wonderland statue, and the Hans Christian Andersen statue plays a pretty pivotal role in the book. That's just over here, actually down the hill from where I am right now. There's Literary Walk, which is also a really significant part of the book, and that's over here to my right, to your left. And then also Bethesda Fountain and Bethesda Terrace, which is over here to my left and your right. So I thought, why don't I come here and read a chapter of the book and enjoy being outside and get to show you a little bit of the physical setting that inspired me when I was writing the book. So I'm going to read a chapter from Emerson Page and Where the Light Enters, and this is it basically features Emerson and her father, Oliver, and they are walking home from what could have been a pretty scary event very early on in the book. And Emerson stands up for a little boy who's being bullied and puts herself in a potentially dangerous situation, but then we learn something about Emerson as a result that sort of forms the basis of the rest of the book in that scene. This scene that I'm going to read for you is the scene that happens after, where she and her dad Oliver are walking home to their apartment on the Upper West Side, and they have a conversation about why Emerson decided to stand up for her friend even though it was putting herself in a dangerous situation. So it's chapter 7 from the book, and the title from the chapter is A Long Way Home. As they walked home, Emerson rested her head against Oliver and closed her eyes. She always felt safe next to her dad. Her head was still pounding, and she wrinkled her face to help bear the pain. She felt overheated, even though the air was cold. Roses and thorns, said Emerson. Roses and thorns, Oliver repeated. Rose. I heard from an old friend today who said he can help me with something at work. You never need help at work, Emerson said. You help everyone else. Well, this time I need help. Thorn, said Emerson. Thorn, Oliver repeated. That scene back there might be one of the worst thorns I've ever had. What were you doing outside with that gang roaming around? They were going to hurt Max, and I couldn't let that happen. Oliver sighed and stopped in mid-stride, then knelt down on one knee so he could be eye to eye with Emerson. You can't protect the whole world, Em. I'm not trying to protect the whole world, just the part I'm in. That boy was so big and Max is so small. He could have killed Max. Em, you're not much bigger than Max, but I'm a little bigger and older, and I have Friday, she said. I had to help him. I couldn't just watch and do nothing. But you should have asked for help from someone in the cafe, said Oliver. Schuyler, Samuel, Truman, somebody, anybody. You could have gotten hurt. What were you thinking? I was thinking about Mom, said Emerson. Her eyes filled up and her lower lip started to tremble. The fear she felt from the events of the day hit her all at once. She couldn't hold it together anymore. Oliver closed his eyes and a tear trickled out without his permission. Though he was a master of language, comments like this from Emerson left him speechless. How could he fault her for wanting to be like her mother? If she were me, she would have done the same thing, right? Emerson asked. Yeah, that's what your mom would have done, he said. You are so much like her, more and more every day. Do you mean that in a good way? Asked Emerson. I mean that in all the best ways, said Oliver. Emerson smiled, feeling less tired now, and they started to walk again. The clouds had cleared and a blanket of stars peeked out from the inky black sky. That's weird, Emerson thought. New York rarely lets us see the stars. Thanks so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. This is the book Emerson Page and Where the Light Enters, and the interview with Books on the Run with Davina and Samantha will be up soon. Thanks so much. I hope that you all have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.